Hello YouTube, how y'all been? I realized that I have not done a proper, or really any, update on the Axis project recently. Last time I did an update, I'm pretty sure that it was the cable-driven leg with the stepper motors, which since then I've changed. That was version 1, I'm on version 3 right now. Unfortunately, version 2, I forgot to do an update for that, but I do have a few pictures which I'll post here in a minute. Though, to talk about version 2, it was originally using these drone motors, though I found out very quickly through testing that I can't slow them down slow enough to be able to work. If I did put it all together, which I didn't, it would have run the slider off the end stop. Either way, and I didn't want to damage any of the parts, the motors, the speed controllers, or any of that. So, I said scrap it, and I started designing a new one. This new one here, let me see if I can find it. I have not built it yet. I've started designing it. This is the design right here. So far, I've only got the end part of the leg here. The reason because I only have one of the actuators. I only have one of them. So, I designed it with the actuator. I have two more coming in. One a 28 pound, one a 48 pound, I think. That one's a 15 pound right there. Each one, the 15 pound controlling the foot. The 28 pound, I think it is, controlling the knee joint. And the 48 pound controlling the hip joint. Now, to figure out how I'm going to get the side-to-side motion done, but I think I'm going to put that as a little bit later. Once I get the leg actually working and moving, I think I'm going to figure out how to get it attached, and then I'll start building the body. Though, in other notes, I do have Axis's head mostly built. I do need to program it. I have the chatbot working. Unfortunately, I don't have the text-to-speech or speech-to-text, nor can I show you guys at the moment it working, but what I'll show you is what it looks like. So this is the head module. It has a servo here on the bottom so that it can rotate around. It's a 180-degree servo. Or no, not 180 degree. It's a continuous rotation servo. And now I have these two plates here. These are covering up the power supply as well as the circuit board. So that's that one plate off here. You might notice that there's little holes there. Those holes are specifically for some pins, which are in there. They're little tiny little pins, but they're constant contact, so I'll be able to have the head consistently rotate without twisting up any wires. I also have the back panel here. That's this cable's for the power supply. It goes into there, and then it splits it into 12 volt as well as 5 volt power. Now, using that, I can power the camera module, which unfortunately got fried after a little bit of messing with some HDMI cables and trying to modify it. I think I shorted it out and fried the camera module itself. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to find a way to rebuild that. If I don't find another night vision camera, find another camera. But that's not my biggest thing at the moment. Right now, I'm actually reprinting this part that I showed you guys here. You can see that printing out. And yeah, so that's printing out. That one actually, the only change to that one, not only is the color, but it's also the amount of holes in it for those constant contact pins. This one has 7 holes, that one has 8. The reason for the amount of holes to change is because I realized that I forgot a movement. So I have it right here, pin 1 through 8 there. Essentially each one is a control for the robotic body, and that's how the AI chatbot, along with a few other programs, that's how the whole head will be able to interact with the body and get it to move in a more natural, kind of animated way. So the first pin gets its linear motion. It can walk front, back, and then pin 2 is left and right. Pin 3 is so that it can turn left and right. That's turning the body, not the head. The head actually automatically tracks. Or it should be able to automatically track once I get the camera module in and get that programmed. Alright, pin 4 and 5 is the tilt mechanism. It allows the body to tilt without moving. Without moving in the space. It'll tilt the body so that gives it a little bit more animation. Puts a bit more life into it. And then pin 6 is the lift up and down. That's just kind of getting that Z-axis in there. I might have gotten the axis there wrong, but that Z-axis, getting it up and down, again, helps with the animation of the robot itself. Pin 7 and 8 are power and ground. Those are needed to actually power the head, though there will be a small power bank in there, so that it can transfer between body and desk stand without powering down and having to reset. Because once it powers down, the AI gets reset, and I have to train it back up again. So, in terms of the chatbot and AI, I'm using Ollama. I forget exactly which model I'm using, but it's one of the smallest ones there in terms of chatbot. I've already talked to it a few times. It's going to work rather well. Though, as I mentioned earlier, I don't have the voice-to-text and text-to-speech actually working at the moment. Once I do get that working, I'll probably post another update, or if I get the leg working, whichever works, or whichever happens first. Probably the leg, because I've kind of procrastinated on the head a little bit, especially in the programming aspect, as I don't know as much about that. Now, I think that is mostly the end of what I need to update here. I think, too, I'm going to build a remote control version when I do build the body. I'm going to build a remote control version of the head without any of the AI systems, just with this little thing, so that I can control it with a like RC remote. Get the leg, like the body, to be tested first before I put the head in there and get that moving the way I want it to. Otherwise, the Axis project is just about. It is still moving rather fast. Fast being greatly exaggerated. Let me get that the 3D models up here for you. Alright, so the first 3D model we're going to be taking a look at here is the head. So I'm here in Onshape. A lot of you might know about it. A lot of you may not. It's a free online platform to do online modeling, and it's all saved in the cloud, so you don't have to worry about that. So this is the head module. Let me remove that. That's the head model. That's what I showed you. I started designing the base cage, which is this plastic piece, and actually I have I'm sure you saw it in the kind of in the background earlier. That's what I lifted the head out of and put it right back in. That's what's going to go in the body at some point, to allow it to just take out the head and transfer it between other stuff. Let's see. There's also the upper cage one. I don't have this fully designed yet because there's going to be copper contacts inlaid inside of this, so that when the head turns around, those constant contact pins will be able to constantly be touching the copper pads. But either way, yeah, that's the update for the Axis project. I'll let you know smaller updates on my Instagram. I'll have that in the description there. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a nice day, and see you in the next video, which may or may not be for like ever. Yeah, because I suck at remembering this stuff.